right. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Katherine Bradshaw, and this is a 1 hour chill class. Let's get started by setting up our props. You're going to take two blankets. One, it's going to look like an upside down letter T. One is going to go nice and long from the top of the mat to about the middle. And then the other is going to come usually about where your knees are. And try not to overlap them. So if you need to adjust them, that's okay. And then set up a bolster right there at the back of your mat. It's going to go underneath your shin bones and your ankles. And then last but not least, decorate your set with a block on the left side, right about your hip height, and then a block on the right shoulder side. So once you've got that all set up, come on down to your bellies and line up your ankles right on top and lower yourself down. You can take your hands anywhere that feels comfortable, maybe in a little pillow underneath your head, maybe out to the sides, and then just a passive neck stretch from one side to the other. Take a moment to find your breath in the back of your body. And then start to settle your energy. As you inhale, feel expansion all around your rib cage, your lower back, even the top of your buttocks. And as you exhale, let the weight of your body just sort of melt into the floor. And we'll stay for about a minute. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Keep consciously breathing like this, expanding your consciousness, settling your body. About 6 more rounds. One final round of breath. Peek your head up just enough to locate the block that's down by your left leg, and then just slide or slither your left knee up on top of the block so that your left foot just hangs off. You're welcome to turn your right ear on your right bicep. If you need a little bit of support, use your left hand, or go right back to forehead down, chest down, and just kind of hang in this prep for tree pose. If you're interested in exploring a little bit of movement in this left leg, you could kick the left foot long or lift the left foot. You could also scrunch your toes or circle your ankle. Add in a couple elements that feel good to you whenever you're practicing. If you're hanging out in stillness, you can really activate your inner thigh stretch by pressing the left side of your pubic bone down towards the floor, and it will lengthen your inner thigh. Take just 3 more breaths here. Let your left side block just stay where it is. Use your hands if you need and slither that left foot back next to the right foot. Now reach over with your right hand, that block that we set up on the right side, and place the right block just right there on the edge of your mat and cactus your right and your left arm. Slip the left fingertips down into a little kitty claw right in line with your chest, and then you're gonna lift up your head enough to put your right ear onto the block and step your left foot up and over your body. Your right elbow should stay down on the floor, and the right hand should be in line with the elbow, so don't let it come in too close to your body. As much or as little as you feel, you can start to crawl your right fingertips maybe towards the letter T. Don't go too crazy, make it comfortable. And we'll stay for about 6 breaths. If you start to feel a cramp in your top hip, you can always just rest the top leg down or step the foot flat onto the cushion. Lots of things you can do to make yourself comfortable. If you notice your attention wandering away, go back to breathing circumferentially all around your belly, your side waist, and your low back. And take just 2 more breaths. Carefully use your left hand as close to your body as you need to help you roll onto your belly again. And then find your way back to the middle. Move anything out of your way that's impeding you and settle yourself right back into the middle. Notice your right upper arm, your right pectoral muscles, even the little tiny muscles that lead up towards your elbow. Notice your left hip, your left thigh, and the left buttock. And now we'll take the whole thing from the top with the other leg first and then the other arm. So look over towards your right and slide that block that's on the right down in line with about your right knee, right hip. You can always change it once you've gotten in there. Pick up your right knee and slide the right knee onto the block. Make sure it's got enough surface area. And then turn yourself back towards the center. Remember, left bicep if you need to sort of turn towards the right to make it a little less intense. And then to make it more intense, forehead down, hands stack, or cheek to one side. 6 breaths, exploring range of motion, exploring your hip movement, a little internal rotation by lifting your foot, a little prep for Prasarita Padottanasana by kicking it straight. If it feels too crampy, you can always just let the foot hang down and try to press the inner right knee into the block, the right pubic bone towards the floor to give you just a little bit of an inner thigh stretch. 2 more breaths. Peek your head up just enough and slide the right leg back down in line with the left. You might have to wiggle a little side to side. And then reach down by your left hip and reach the left block up or pull it up towards your left shoulder. Double check that it's not sort of half on the blanket, half on the floor. You want to get it someplace where it feels steady and sturdy. You're going to cactus both the left and the right arms and draw your right fingertips down right in line with your chest. Put your left ear on the block and start to roll over to your left side, letting your right foot drop maybe behind your body or on top of the cushion or just any variation that feels steady. Double check that your left hand is in line with your left elbow. And rather than bringing it towards the block or towards your mat, start to crawl it away. Peel the left shoulder head away from the floor and press down through the inner left elbow. Take just 4 more breaths. Slide your right hand in just a little closer to your chest and begin to roll your right hip back down next to your left hip, right leg next to left leg. Move the blocks out of your way so that there's nothing really holding you back, and settle in for just a little check-in. Right hip, left armpit, right armpit, left hip. Organize your legs now so that they're reaching backward, just kind of like an upward facing dog. If you want to move the cushion, you're more than welcome to, or you can just keep it as it is. Slide both of your hands down in line with your nipples. Pop up onto your fingertips if you can, and if you can't, blocks will do just as well with flat palms too. Press the pubic bone down to lengthen your tailbone. Inhale and peel your heart up to this wide-armed cobra pose, maybe looking up. And then exhale and slowly roll yourself back down. We're gonna take 2 more like that, so slow and steady. Inhale, peeling yourself up. Exhale, rolling yourself back down. One more time, peeling yourself up, really engaging your legs. Rolling yourself back down. Pop the palms flat to the floor and a little closer to your chest, and then use the strength of your arms to help you push yourself up onto your hands and knees. We're gonna redecorate a bit. Move that cushion out from underneath your legs. You can set it more behind your mat if you've got the space, and then slide the blanket off towards the side. That's it, and then when you're ready, push back into child's pose. Use the contact of the floor with your palms so that you can start to press your sits bones back towards your heel. And then use the contact between your shin bones and the floor so that you can press the palms even more forward. There's a little bit of a push and pull until you find just the right length of your child's pose. One more breath here. Slowly, steadily walk your hands back towards your body. Slide the blocks just forward towards the top of the mat and grab the edge of your bolster. You're gonna turn it the other way so it comes underneath your booty, between your heels, and then find a nice little seat. If this is too low and you can't sit here, feel free to add a second bolster or exchange it for a block. Okay. Let's take an inhale here to get upright, feel nice and tall, and stretch the arms up and overhead. And then as you exhale, like a lat bar at the gym, pull your shoulders down your back. Don't let it get up in your traps. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Close the ribs at the front of your body and turn yourself over towards the right. Watch that this left elbow doesn't come forward and lose that squeeze. Squeeze the shoulder blade onto your back. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, here's your lat bar pull down. Twist to the left. And then one more time. Inhale, arms go up, reach up. Find the length in your spine, low back. Exhale, pull that lat bar down and twist over towards your right. Slide the right hand down like little fingertip kitty claws onto your cushion, and then engage your legs, press your shin bones down. Pop your hips up off the cushion and slide that left arm up and over like you're going up and over a limbo bar. If this is too much on your quads, you can always stay seated and just stretch this way. Imagine that your feet are hugging the cushion in between your ankle bones. And then slow and steady, drop your sit bones back down to your cushion. Return your arms to their cactus shape, and then pull the right elbow over the left elbow for eagle arms. If you can get the palms together, great. If not, no problem. The back of the hands pressing will be just fine. If possible, this is a rough one, if possible, lift your booty up just enough to tuck your toes underneath. If not, you can stay seated on your cushion. Inhale and lift your elbow tips up, and as you do, think cow back. Tilt your pelvis so that your tailbone starts to come up towards the back of your head. And then use your exhale and draw your elbow tips down towards your pubic bone and round your back, spread up through the upper spine. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale, cow spine, really working in your lower body. Exhale, cat spine. One more cow spine, inhaling. And exhaling, drawing elbow tips towards pubic bone. Inhale to find neutral spine and press in through the toes, press in through your shin bones. Rise all the way up to a high kneeling. Unleash your arms, reach your arms up and overhead. Hug the cushion in between your ankle bones to give you just a little bit more strength. And then slow and steady, use your abdominal muscles to help land your fingertips down to the floor. Once your fingertips come to the ground, shift your body weight forward, and you can choose to flatten your palms down if you prefer that, or grab your blocks and put your blocks underneath your hands. Leave that cushion there at the back of the mat, or you can even slide it off with your foot and step your right foot to the outer edge of your right block. So you're going into a lizard lunge. So make sure it's off the mat or almost off the mat. Same idea here with cow and cat spine. We'll take 3 rounds. Inhaling and pulling your heart forward as you let your booty go back. Exhaling, rounding nose towards navel, pushing the floor away, isometrically dragging your left knee forward. 2 more. Inhale, cow spine. Exhaling, cat spine. Last one, inhaling. And exhaling. Find a neutral spine with just a hint of cow so that you're not tucking too much, and reach the right hand over towards the inner right knee. Guide the knee over the ankle bone with your hand, and then imagine that your left hand is on a paper plate and you're spinning your left fingertips just slightly out towards 10 o'clock. Keep pressing the left hand down as you turn your chest to the right and look towards your inner right knee. If things are going well and you want to extend your right arm up to the sky, please feel free to. Otherwise, keep it steady and rest it on your inner thigh. Let's take one more breath wherever you are. One full breath out. Replace your right hand back on the block and pick up the block so they come up to their highest height. Tuck your back toes underneath and lift your back knee. Kick your left heel back like you're trying to press it onto the wall behind you and pull your chest forward. Take a long inhale through your nose. And then as you exhale, lift your hips, straighten your right leg, and fold. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Inhaling completely. Exhaling deeply from the bottom of the lungs. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more. In. And out. Lift your gaze and rebend your front knee. We're going to take a couple of little steps or one big hop for the left foot to meet up with the right foot. Same idea outside of the left block. Okay. Gather up your blocks and put them in one mega block and slide them back so they're behind the line of your heels. Hold them steady for yourself and then look forward. Aim and land your plane down on your blocks. This is too much, you can always add a cushion on top or just simply hover lower rather than sit all the way down. Okay, if things are going well, take your hands onto your knees and imagine that you're pulling the knees up as you kick your heels down. Let the shoulder blades shrug down your back, and we'll take 3 breaths. Feeling that full inhale and the complete exhale. Last one in. Complete breath out. Plan your ascent or your escape. Shift your head forward and reach for the floor. You can put both fingertips down. Lean forward into your hands and then lift your tush. Spin your heels out and your toes in. So if you were skiing, it would look like you are trying to stop. You can leave the blocks there if you don't need them, or drag them through and put your hands on them. Some of you might be able to put your hands on the floor or even your head on the blocks. Some of you might even put your head on or reach for the floor. We'll take 3 breaths here. Keep a slight bend in the knees. Last breath. Inhale, lift your head up, your heart up, walk your hands to your blocks if they are in front of you. And then exhale, heel toe your feet until they come about hips distance apart or wider, depending on what you need today. Bend the knees and take your hands to the hips, squeeze the elbows together, and then slow and steady, stand yourself up with a flat back. We'll go inhale with both arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Again, inhale, reach up, arms up. Try to look towards the base of your hands. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Grab those blocks, place them right next to your feet. If you need a little help, look forward as you bend your knees. And then exhale, step your left foot back. So you come to a half of a plank or a low lunge. Look forward, bend into your right knee a little deeper. And then move your blocks, plant your palms, step on back, downward facing dog. Inhale, press your right heel down to the floor. Exhale, exchange, press the left heel down. 2 more rounds like that. Inhale, right heel. Exhale, the left heel. 1 more, in for the right heel. Out for the left heel. Find some buoyancy, rise up onto your tippy toes, and then lower your knees down, untuck the toes, press back for your extended child's pose. Now is a perfect time to take a sip of water or rearrange your props if you need them. If you can avoid it, try not to check your devices. Stay away from the screen. We'll take 2 more breaths here in rest before we head over to the second side. On your next inhalation, walk your hands back towards your knees, and then slide your cushion right in between your ankle bones. Set yourself up. Again, if you need something higher, grab it, and then melt your sit bones back down. Okay, let's inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Feel the length of your spine, the contact of your shin bones giving you that extra ½ an inch. And then like that lat bar pull down, squeeze your shoulder blades together and turn over towards the left. Pull that right arm back. Again, inhale, arms up and overhead. This time we'll go to the right. Exhale, lat bar pull down, over towards the right. 1 more, inhale, coming up. Exhale, pulling it down, twisting over towards the left. Pause, give yourself a moment here. Drop the left fingertips down onto your cushion or whatever is behind you, and then press into the shin bones. Lift your booty up and push the pubic bone, the shin bones, forward towards the top of your mat. That right arm can lift up and you can turn to look at it. If your neck's feeling a little unstable today, you can always use your top hand on the back or the side of your skull to give you just that much more support. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Slow and steady. Inhale, lower your booty back down to the floor. Return your arms to that cactus shape we worked on. And then close the left elbow over the right elbow, left over the right, and swirl up the arms the best you can. So now's the time to make your decision if you want to tuck the toes or not. If you're up for it, follow along with me. We'll take 3 rounds of cow and cat. Inhaling, lifting the elbows, arching the back, keep your ribs closed, tailbone towards the back of your head. And then exhale, opposite way, elbows towards the pubic bone. Push your shin bones down, push the thigh bones up. That's it. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more, cow. Exhaling, cat. Find your way back to a neutral spine. Push down into the feet, lift up, unswirl the arms. You can untuck your toes, and when your arms reach overhead, make some kitty claws. Let your booty go back just a tad bit so that your arms can reach forward. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, and then release your fingers to the floor. Slide your body forward and flatten the palms, or if you want to join me, grab the blocks and put your hands underneath the blocks. Any height will do. Slide your cushion back with your other foot and step your left foot outside of the left hand for a little lizard lunge. We'll take cow and cat 3 times. Inhale, lifting your heart again, feeling your thigh bone move backward. Exhale, rounding, pulling the right knee towards the back of the right block, pressing the floor away with your hands. 2 more, cow pose and cat pose. Last time, cow and cat. Find your neutral spine and give yourself a moment to pause. Spin that right hand on an imaginary paper plate out to the right and bring your left hand to your inner left knee, left thigh. Guide the left knee more forward so it lands over the ankle bone, and then start to turn your chest to the left. Watch out, this right shoulder really wants to collapse. Keep peeling the right side body back as you turn your heart up towards the sky. Left arm can reach up if you're interested. If not, keep it on the thigh. One more breath. Slowly lower left hand back to the block. Turn your blocks up to the highest height. See how high they'll go. And then tuck your back right toes and lift your back right knee. That's it. Press your right heel backward towards the wall behind you, but keep drawing the left knee forward. And you're going to feel a big stretch in the front of your left hip flexor. Inhale and peel your heart forward and up, just like cow spine, just like up dog. And then exhale, let your hips lift up and back as you press your legs straight. 3 breaths here. Inhaling 1. Exhaling. Inhaling 2. Exhaling. Inhaling 3. Exhaling. Inhale to lift your gaze and rebend your front left knee. As you exhale, lots of little steps or 1 big step. Right foot steps outside of the right block into that other half of lizard lunge to make a full squat. Put your blocks together like 1 mega block and slide the blocks behind the line of your heels, and then sit yourself down. Pull the hands to the knees And press the heels down so you feel like you're pulling up as you're pressing down. If things are going well and you want to add just a little bit of complexity to this pose, take your arms up and overhead, and we'll stay for 3 breaths. Inhaling 1. Exhaling. Shoulders down. Inhale 2. Exhaling. Inhaling 3. Exhaling. Land your hands either both at the same time or one and then the other in front of you. Lean forward. Lift your tush up and then turn your toes in as your heels come out for this mini Prasarita Padottanasana. Remember, the blocks can always come forward and be little hand rests or little head rests. Keep the knees bent and let your weight come just a little bit more forward. Since you have your hands down, if it feels too wobbly, you can always catch yourself with your hands. As you inhale again, lift your head up, slide your hands to the blocks if they're in front of you. And then as you exhale, heel toe your feet to hips distance apart. Bend your knees so that you really have a nice fold in your hips and bring your hands right to the side body. Press down and let's rise all the way up to standing. Let's inhale, reach both arms up and overhead. And then exhale and draw them down to the heart. Last moment standing in this class today. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Grab your blocks. Put the blocks next to your feet, any height that you like. Inhale, come up just halfway. See what's in front of you. Keep your eyes going forward as you step your right foot back. Look forward. Press the right heel backward. Move the blocks to the sides. Plant your palms flat. And then step right back, downward facing dog. Inhale to press the left heel down towards the floor as you bend your right knee. Exhale, swap it out, right heel presses. Do 2 more rounds with me. Inhale, heel down. Exhale, right heel. One more time, left heel. And right heel. Inhale to draw your body forward into plank pose. And then drop down onto your knees and push back, extended child's pose. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Walk your hands back towards your body, and now's a perfect time. Little sip of water, whatever you need. We're gonna grab the blankets and come to a setup for like a shoulder stand prep, except good news, this is a chill class and we won't sort of effort the full way towards shoulder stand. So grab your blankets and line them up so that the smooth side, not the end that has sort of the different pieces, but the 2 smooth sides are stacked together. I like to turn mine towards my knees. Okay. Then reach back and you're gonna slide that end of the block where your feet just were, slide this part of the mat up and over so that you've got a nice little sandwich. Okay, have a block nearby and we're gonna come down to sit right at the edge of our blankets. You might be taller than I am, most people are. And you're gonna lie down so that your shoulders are on the blankets, but your head is not. Yeah, now's the time to take out your scrunchie. So shoulders are on, but your head is not. So hopefully already you're feeling a little bit more, less constricted in breathing. Walk your feet a little closer towards your body and reach down for your block. Press down into your feet. You could even come up onto your tippy toes if you're so inclined. Press down into your feet. Lift your hips up and slide the block right underneath your sacrum bone. If you are taller, there is a chance that your block would be a little bit unsteady at the end of the blankets. Feel free to rework the blankets until you get it just right. That way your block isn't unsteady. Pause when you've got it and lower your heels down. Okay. Reach the hands down and clasp for what you can. If you've got an extra wide mat, your hands might be wider. If you've got a more narrow mat or a travel mat, pull the mat, kind of roll it between your hands, and draw the shoulder blades together underneath your back. Double check that your ribs are not popping out. You want to imagine a little corset from the left side of your ribs to the right. If all is going well, you can stay right here. Or if you're up for a little exploration, one leg at a time, draw your knees towards your chest, and then extend the legs up into the air. Your legs don't have to be straight for you to get the benefit of this pose. Semi-straight or even bent will be just fine. Keep pulling the yoga mat apart as you roll your shoulder blades together and close your ribs for this sweet shoulder stand. We'll stay here for 10 breaths together. If your thighs are getting tired, you're always welcome to bend your knees. If you can hang on for the last 3 breaths, though, great. If not, feet can come down sooner. Slow and steady, lower your feet back down to the ground and let your pelvis just stay steady on the block. Okay, if you've got time in your day, you could pause this video and do it again, another 10 breaths. But if not, we'll move forward in towards our next section. So press down into your feet, lift your tushy up, slide the block away, set it off someplace safe, and then slow and steady, pelvis comes down to the mat. Okay, walk your feet wider than your mat. This is a nice way to not have to get up. You're gonna press down into your feet and just literally slither back until the blanket mat roll comes just at your shoulder blades. So if you've ever done a yoga back bend over blocks, it's right there. Walk your feet back so that you feel kind of like bridge pose again, and then start to walk your feet wider. Walk your feet wider. Let the knees start to drop. Left side, right side, left side, and right side. Do this for as long as you need to and at whatever pace feels best. Your head could turn opposite of the knees or in the same direction as your knees. The next time that your knees come over towards the left, let them hang out there. Pick up your left foot, that's the one on the outside. Drop the left ankle on top of the outer right thigh, outer right knee area, and then let the weight of your left foot heavy the right knee towards the floor. You can choose to turn your head over towards your right hand or keep your head in neutral. Go back to that circumferential breath, that 360-degree breath all around your belly, your side waist, and your low back. And for these last few breaths, if you want to add a little pressure, push the left ankle into the side of the right knee. Get it to drop just that last half an inch. And then we'll change. Let that left ankle drop off the right knee and draw the knees back through center. Take a few rounds of the back and forth windshield wipers just to cleanse the palate. The next time your knees are over towards the right, let them hang there. And then pick up your right foot, that's the outer leg. Drop the right ankle on the outer edge of your left thigh and let the weight of your leg heavy the inner left knee towards the floor. Double check that you're not squeezing in your shoulders to make this work. Let the legs do it all. We'll let these first few breaths be just a passive weight. And then the last 5 breaths, we'll push it. Go ahead, give it a little press, inner knee towards the floor. Double check that your jaw is not also doing the squeeze. Give your jaw a little open. And then we'll leave that be. Slide the right ankle off the left knee and take a few rounds in the middle, side to side. The next time your knees roll towards a side that you can roll toward and get up from, go ahead, take it over towards the side. Use your hand to help you press on up. Okay. Move that end of the blanket, or end of your mat rather, off. And take the blankets off to the side. Grab your bolster and we'll put it right in the middle of your mat. So slide it towards the center. And then place your blocks towards the front. So you've got left and right. Okay. You could go from downward facing dog if you've got the energy for it, or simply step your right foot over your bolster and heel toe it towards the left side of your mat until your right shin bone can come down. It's okay if it looks kind of like a slanted number 7. There's no need to get it parallel to the front of the mat unless it goes there pretty easily on its own. Roll the left hip flexor, this side of your body, down towards the cushion. Remember, you can always grab a second cushion or add double blankets on top of this if you need more height. And then grab a hold of this block and you're gonna place it sort of, in line with your shin bone is just fine. You can always rework it once you're down there. And then grab this second block and place it maybe on its highest height or medium height. Again, we can always change it once we get there. And then walk your hands out until your chest can rest on top of the first block. And then hold that second block steady so that your head can meet it. If it so happens that you like to be down lower or the blocks aren't working out and you'd rather just be flat, feel free to go there too. Keep stretching the left leg back just like we worked on in our early rolling cobras. And let the arms, the upper back, shoulders relax. We'll be here for about 1.5 minutes. You might notice that as things start to loosen up a little bit, you might be able to take your blocks lower or into a different arrangement. Keep experimenting until it feels like you don't have to hold yourself up muscularly at all. You can gently rock your head back side to side, give your forehead a little massage. Soften the expression on your face. Let the cheeks get heavy. Lips and tongue rest over the teeth. Let's take one final breath here. Slide your hands back and tuck your left toes. If downward dog sounds good to you, you could head right there, or simply step right on back so that your right knee comes towards your left knee and pause. Child's pose could be nice instead of dog. You pick which one that you like, and we'll take just a breath there. Okay, push yourself back up and let's do the left side. Left foot steps over or left foot swings from dog. Walk the block so that it's out of your way and heel toe your left foot all the way over towards your right side. Use your hands, use your blocks to help you shift your pelvis forward, and the left buttock is gonna find the cushion, and the right hip flexor is gonna find the cushion on that same side. Wiggle your right foot back until your right toes point towards the back of your mat. Same setup. Take one block, lay it right in line with your shin bone. Second block, maybe you keep it on that same height to start or bring it up higher. Walk your hands out like the letter Y. And bring your forehead down. About a minute and a half here. Let's take just 2 more breaths, letting the back of the body fill up. And then slow and steady, hands next to your chest. You can push right back to dog or just simply slip the left leg back in line with the right. Feel free to take a child's pose just to even things out, or a little puppy dog. And then finally, drop your knees if you're in dog. We'll come to our final pose before Shavasana. Move your bolster aside for now and grab both of your blocks, and you're gonna take a seat right on top of your block. Send the legs forward and give your knees just a tad bit of a bend so that you're not so extended. Okay, place that other block, that second block, sort of in between your shins and your knees, and then walk your feet forward, kind of like you're taking a stroll, and then notice how your block starts to lift up. Draw your fingers underneath the block as much as you can. My arms are sort of short for my torso, so it's a little tough, but I'll make it work. Give your chest a lift so that your pelvis is, has the opportunity to tip forward, keep tipping yourself forward, but staying long in your spine, and then start to reach your arms forward towards your toes. Once you've found your place of no return, you can keep walking the hands, or maybe your forehead will fit down on the block, maybe not. We'll take just 5 breaths of this inward turning forward bend. Release your hands from wherever they are on your legs and walk yourself back up to seated. Use your hands to help you just pop forward of the block and set them towards the front of your mat. I like them on the lowest height for Shavasana, but you can choose what you prefer. Reach over and grab your cushion. Place it just forward of your tush so that you have a nice little cushion. And then if you like, you can always roll up a blanket, sort of like a stick of gum or a nice long snake, and just put it right behind you. When you're ready, reach back, give it a last adjustment, and then roll yourself down. Take a moment, get all the elements just right. Let your feet flop out. Move anything that's in your way. Let's take a final breath here together. And a sigh out of the mouth. Shavasana. If you can squeeze maybe 5 more minutes from your day, please stay resting. But if you know that you need to work within the confines of the hour, start to wiggle fingers and toes, circle wrists and ankles around. Bend and straighten elbows and knees. Reach the arms up and overhead and give yourself a good morning stretch. And then draw your knees in towards your heart, giving yourself just a little hug. Roll yourself over towards one side and spend a moment there with your eyes closed. And when or if you feel like getting up, press down with your top hand and roll yourself up to seated. Grab a cushion, sit on a block, make yourself comfortable, and find a seat that works for you. If you're interested in a mudra, you can join me with prayer hands at the heart, or take your hands in any other way that feels comfortable, natural to you. Thank yourself for setting aside some time in your day to reconnect. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.